Hello everyone, Johnny Thunder, EAS&Weather here with another update to the Day 1 severe weather outlook. This is for tonight mainly, so yeah, it's nighttime, so yeah, this is for tonight. So anyway, everything's remained the same for a large part. For a large part, things remain the same since my last update. Most things remain the same, but there's been an expansion of the slight risk area for tonight. It initially covered just parts of Kansas and central Missouri. It now also covers eastern Nebraska, western Iowa, far southeastern South Dakota, and far southwestern Minnesota. Alright? So, yeah, cities in tonight's slight include Kansas City, Missouri, Omaha, Nebraska, Overland Park, Kansas, Kansas City, Kansas, and Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Alright, one of the main changes was to expand the slight to include some more areas. Alright? And I'm not going to touch on the marginal because, I'm pretty sure it makes the same. So yeah. Yeah, so maybe some minor tweaks with the marginal, but that area is not really important. Not as important. It's not as important as the slight. So, again, the main change was to expand the slight. Alright, so going to tonight's tornado threat. The 2% tornado risk remains. This tornado risk here, 2% tornado risk remains largely the same. Alright, so really no changes with that. One of the main changes with the tornado risk was to add a second 2% tornado risk area for tonight, and that encompasses southeastern South Dakota, extreme northeastern Nebraska, extreme northwestern Iowa, and extreme southwestern Minnesota. Okay? So, cities in the 2% tornado risk areas tonight include Kansas City, Missouri, Overland Park, Kansas, Kansas City, Kansas, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Topeka, Kansas. So, go to tonight's wind threat. The wind threat remains largely the same. The wind threat remains largely the same. Alright, but one of the main changes with the wind risk was to expand the 15% wind risk to include more areas. So the 15% wind risk originally mainly covering east central Kansas and central Missouri has been expanded northwestward to include more areas. So now, eastern Nebraska, western Iowa, far southeastern South Dakota, and far southwestern Minnesota is now included in the 15% wind risk area tonight. In addition to east central Kansas and central Missouri. All right. So the 15% wind risk area tonight includes Kansas City, Missouri, Omaha, Nebraska, Overland Park, Kansas, Kansas City, Kansas, and Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The 5% wind risk pretty much remains the same. Alright, the 15% wind risk tonight. The 5% wind risk remains the same. Again, one of the main changes was to expand the 50% wind risk to include more areas. Alright? The 15% wind risk area tonight includes Kansas City, Missouri, Omaha, Nebraska, Overland Park, Kansas, Kansas City, Kansas, and Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And again, the 5% remains the same. Now for tonight's hail threat, you want to change with that? The 15% hail risk here remains the same. Alright, this 15% hail risk here remains the same. Alright, and the 5% hail risk remains largely the same. One of the main changes, however, was to add a second 15% hail risk area for tonight, which encompasses southeastern South Dakota, far southwestern Minnesota, northwestern Iowa, and far northeastern Nebraska. Alright? One of the main changes for the hail risk was to add a second 15% hail risk for tonight. And the black dashed area, the black dashed area remains largely the same. the black dashed area is the highest potential for hail of 2 inches in diameter or larger tonight. Alright? Black dash is the highest potential for 2-inch hail or larger tonight. Alright? Areas outside the black dashed area. Areas outside the black dashed area are mainly inch to 1.5 inches in diameter hail. Alright? Alright? So, yeah. So anyway, because there's really no change with the 5% hail risk or the black dashed area, I'm not going to read those, but I will read off the 15% hail risk areas. Alright? Taking the 15% hail risk areas tonight include Kansas City, Missouri, Overland Park, Kansas, Kansas City, Kansas, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Topeka, Kansas. Alright, so in summary, severe storms remain possible this evening into parts of the overnight in the mid-Missouri Valley into the Flint Hills and central Missouri. Damaging winds, large hail, and perhaps a tornado or two are the expected risks. So those are the changes I had to address. So anyway, stay safe and infect your tonight. Stay safe and infect your tonight. Whether you're in the slight or the marginal, since you never know what those can pull off sometimes. Alright? And before you go to bed tonight, make sure you have a way of being notified for severe weather. Have something to wake you up for severe weather tonight. Alright? Whether it be your TV, radio, or phone, to wake you up to go to your safe spot. Excuse me. And if possible, sleep in your safe spot tonight. Sleep in your safe spot tonight to avoid having to move during the night. And make sure that safe spot is on the lowest level of your home. Alright, so stay safe in the infected areas tonight, and I will have my day 1 severe weather outlook tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, stay safe tonight and take care.